Good morning, my beautiful, beautiful people, my beautiful brothers and sisters, children of the Most High God. Good morning. It's a cold morning out here in Brooklyn, New York. I just came from casting my ballot for the New York Public Advocate. While I'm tempted to share who I voted for, I will not. So this was a special election today because the position became available after the the official who was elected district attorney gave up the public advocate position. It became available, and so there was a special election today in New York City. And I just came from voting, and on my way to get some school work done, and of course work relative to the ministry and other things God is doing in my life, I just came on to give some words of encouragement, right? And so on this morning, one of the things, again, in this series of identity, right? It is so important to know who you are. It is so important to stand in the identity that God gave you. You see, our personalities were created intentionally. You're not just the way you are, just because. You are the way you are for a purpose, right? And it is in our relationship with God that we're able to discover and fruitfully use our entire being for the glory of God, right? And so what happens is, as many of us who are now, becoming into the man or woman of God that we were meant to be, many of us were young as far as, our childhood. You can say some would have considered us timid, scary, just afraid and just shy and bashful. But now, God has taken those once timid, bashful children and has now restored them to vicious, ferocious lions. And so what we have to remember is that when we are in positions, right, where our personality or our confidence can be intimidating to some people, right? That is not your fault, right? It is not your fault where now you have to now compromise or lower yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. Because guess what? The only reason why they're intimidated is because in their mind, they don't see that you're fit to have that personality or have that confidence or to have that assurance. You see, if it was someone who came in with a business suit and had, a title to their name or had, a celebratorial name, right? They would have no problems giving respect. They will have no problems receiving the person just as how they are. No matter if they're known to be the most horrible person, they would respect that individual, right? So why is it that you want me to minimize my confidence, minimize my assurance, minimize who I am, my personality, because in your eyes you don't think I should have that personality, or in your eyes or through your experience it just doesn't make sense. So now you want to get all offended, or you want to get all tight, or maybe you or you maybe even want to know, to make yourself feel better, want to address me a certain way, thinking that that's going to change my presentation, and it's not. And so what happens is, we have to remember, guys, that no matter what, you have to stay true to who you are. I don't care if you have on raggedy clothes and you speak like a dignitary. If that is who God created you to be, if that is who you feel like you are in your spirit, you ought to be that regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what. And I'm not saying like you always got to be on a turn up all the time. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if it is your personality to speak eloquently, if it is your personality to demand respect, if it is your personality to have an authoritative approach when it comes to dealing with circumstances, then that is what you need to be. And you need to always stay true to that. Do not conform to anyone's perceptions or expectations of you. You ought to stay true to who you are. And who knows, maybe you being you now, many of us like David, who even before David was actually appointed to be, the king of Israel, he had to still be a shepherd. You know what I'm saying? He still had to be in that low place, right? Quote unquote, until the appointed time. But it didn't take away from the anointing. It didn't take away from the already call on his life to do and be great. So regardless of your situation, regardless of where you are in your life right now, you know what I'm saying? Your current environment is not your portion, right? Your current environment does not dictate where God is calling you to be. Your current situation is just a preparation. It is just a journey, a path, right? Before you get to the next level of elevation, growth, or whatever it is that God is calling you to be. And just remember that no one, if God be for you, no one can be against you. And just remember, putting God first, He is your strength. He is everything that you need to be great in this world for His glory. All right, you guys, I'm going in right now. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope this message encourages someone, and see you guys soon.